Hey everybody, it's Miss Hollaway with Afternoon Moments with Miss Hollaway, my geeky principal, and I have a special guest today that's going to introduce another special guest today. But I know sometimes y'all wonder who in the world decided to put up with this woman for his whole life. Well, it's this guy right here. This is my husband, Stacy. How long has it been now?
I don't know, 25 years, 24 years.
It's been
24.
24. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. He was voluntold that he was going to be in my video today, but
I got drafted.
he got drafted. I wanted to thank everybody for working so hard on your schoolwork and keeping in touch with all of us. We love it. I'm going to talk a little bit about our special guest, and then I'm going to give you some facts about him. I've asked this person, he said, let me tell his name, to join us because I have a lot of questions about why we're quarantined and what's going on. And I know that as kids you do too, and parents that are watching, sometimes you don't know what to tell kids. So I try to think of somebody that I trusted, that I've known forever, that could give good answers, and he's as big or possibly even a bigger geek than me.
Don't talk about him like that.
Okay.
Nobody's a bigger geek than you.
Okay, all right. Stacy, tell us a little bit. We're out here in the what we call the back 40. He's been bush hogging this in trails for me past week when he's not working.
Yes. Well, the person that she's talking about, I grew up with him. We grew up a few miles apart. Well, not even a few miles, just a rock's throw from each other. We grew up from the time we were kids. We played pee-wee football together. We've done high school football, even had jobs together. We went to college and we're not roommates, but we lived next door to each other about the whole time we were there. I would say that all through high school we hung out probably every weekend, if not 3 or 4 times a week.
Never got
one
in
of
trouble.
one of the best friends I've ever had. Yeah, Roger was Roger kept me out of trouble. Yeah, he was a great influence on me, and we're the same age. I was a grade older than him, and but we were the same age growing up. I was a little young for my class, and Roger's he's a straight shooter on this stuff. A really funny guy. One of the best friends I've ever known and never ever had. I could say he's probably never been mad at me too many times, other than when I threw his fresh, brand new sweet tea out the window one day because it was in my way in the truck, and that was funny. Oh, and I've run over him twice. I run over him one time in his truck, and he got run over by my truck. So, and he's still my friend. So that says a lot about our relationship. That one person can run over the other one, and the guy still likes me. I hope. But we grew up. I've known his family my whole life. I mean, we were really good friends, and he's the perfect person to explain COVID-19 to us. And without further ado, introduce him.
Okay, so today we have Roger Kirk that has spent, I don't know how long it took. He spent a lot of time on this. Roger is from Arab. Roger's 2 years older than me. We knew each other all through school too. We knew each other before Stacy and I started dating. Fun fact, Roger was with me when we met Jimmy Buffett. Now, kids, I would tell you to ask your parents who Jimmy Buffett is, but I taught a lot of your parents, so ask your grandparents who Jimmy Buffett is.
We're not that old.
Well, I don't know, Stacy. I've had these kids' parents.
Roger's that old, but we're not.
Okay. So Roger and I chased down Jimmy Buffett along with one of my good friends. And anyway, that's a story for another day. But Roger has been a pediatric nurse practitioner for 19 years. He has a degree from the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa and the University of Alabama at Birmingham. He worked at Children's of Alabama with pulmonology, asthma, and allergy patients. He has a great love for teaching young people and their families how to manage asthma and allergies. Another reason he's so good to be the one to talk about this. 2006, Roger moved to Troy, Alabama to work at a general pediatric practice. In 2013, he began teaching full-time at Troy University's College of Nursing. and joined a preferred medical group as a part-time provider. So he liked teaching, but then he decided he wanted to go back to work full-time. I think some of the people he works with also show up in this video, and they're pretty funny too, and I want to thank them. But he loves watching sports. But Stacy, what is his favorite team?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. They are huge Alabama fans, those two, during football season. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's all I've got to say. One of the first dates we went on to watch a football game with Roger. So I knew what I was getting into a long time ago. But he currently lives in Montgomery with his wife Kelly, his wonderful daughters Caroline and Sophie, and his precious son Emmett. Wish we could see all them right now, don't you? I wish, yes. He likes to cook, read, and travel. So at this time, I'm going to trust my tech-savvy son Aaron, who is filming and giving me the time limits over here like this right here. Mama, you're going too long.
Especially because Roger is long-winded, so you're going to have to get on, or this will be a 4-hour video.
But Roger's video is great. Watch it all the way through. It's hilarious. He does some Darth Vader.
Very informational.
Very informational.
Very informational.
But funny. He knows I'm a huge The Office fan. Some of y'all maybe too. The whole beginning is
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. You always give everything away. If she goes to a movie, you have to quarantine yourself from her before you can go, because she'll tell you the whole plot line.
Anyway, without further ado, please watch it all the way through. I learned stuff I didn't know about hand washing. So, boys and girls, we miss you. Here's you a little video to watch, and I'll see you later. Oh.
People say that I'm the best nurse practitioner. They say, my gosh, we've never seen a nurse practitioner like you before. I mean, you're hilarious. And I really think that you get the best out of us. I think this sums it up right here. I found it at Spencer Gifts. Hello everybody at Brindley Mountain Elementary School. My name is Roger Kirk. I am a pediatric nurse practitioner, and I'm originally from Arab, Alabama, but live in Montgomery, Alabama now. I am a very, very good friend of Mrs. Hollaway, and she has asked me to speak with you guys today about what coronavirus is and how we can help slow down the spread of coronavirus. So first of all, let me take this lovely thing off, this mask. And this is what I look like. Yes, I look better with the mask on than off, but it's easier for me to breathe and talk without it. So we all know coronavirus has been out and making people sick for several months. We know that it came from China, and a person in China got sick. Someone visiting from other places got sick in China, went to their home countries, and it spread that way. It is spread through droplets of saliva or mucus, aka snot. And when you cough or sneeze or cough or spit, the virus can come out through your saliva. So that is how it's transmitted. You sneeze at somebody, all your sneeze goes towards them, but it also covers the entire space that you're sitting in front of. If you cough, then I've forced out fluid that's got the virus in it as well. And so all you have to do to get sick is either breathe in my cough or my sneeze, or touch something that I've coughed or sneezed on, and then touch your mouth, touch your face, touch your eyes, touch your ears, chew on your fingernails, pick your nose, all that stuff. And then the virus finds its way inside your nasal tissue, and it starts growing and getting bigger and getting all throughout your body and makes you very sick. So we're out of school because close distance to other people is what makes viruses spread like that. And the reason that we're so worried about this virus instead of like the flu or strep throat or something like that is because this virus has never really made human beings sick, and we really don't have a lot of good treatments for it. And it can hit your immune system, wear your immune system out. It can also make your lungs very, very sick and you can't breathe. So that's a bad thing, and that's unfortunately how many people are dying from it, is a pneumonia-like situation. So we're going to talk about PPE, or personal protective equipment. We're going to talk about social distancing, and I'm going to show you real quick how to wash your hands the right way. And I know you all know how to wash your hands, but there's a right way and a wrong way. So we're going to go do that in just a minute. First of all, I'm going to show you some PPE. This is your traditional surgical mask. Most people find these at doctor's offices and pharmacies and things like that. This is an N95, which is the super duper kind that protects the wearer from 95% of all inhalants, and that could be paint fumes or dust particles or viruses, bacteria, etc. Much more strong than this. These are very precious because these are what healthcare workers need to wear when we're dealing with patients with COVID, and they're very hard to come by. So if you have some of these and you know somebody that works in healthcare, donate them to them. You can do fine with one like this, or even wearing a bandana, a scarf, or even pulling your shirt up over your face. And that really doesn't work. But something covering your face, like a cloth diaper or a towel, or a homemade cloth mask works fine. And then here's gloves. We all wear gloves when we're seeing patients. You don't necessarily have to wear gloves because you're not hopefully going to be coming in contact with all of the mucus and the secretions. But we put these on, well, I'll do that in a minute. And then these are safety glasses. These are your typical safety glasses like you'd find at Ace Hardware, Lowe's, Home Depot, and they have side protection. And you put these on and it keeps fluids from getting in my face and somebody coughs or sneezes. So I'm just going to show you how we get ready when we go see a patient, and it's not a lot of fun. First I'm going to do is just the simple mask. When you put a mask on, you don't want to touch the inside of this, which I'm doing because I'm not really going to wear this to see a patient, but your hands have bacteria all over them. If you touch inside here, you've contaminated it. You want to hold out here, you want to pinch the middle, put it over your nose, and it's got a metal bar in it. You press that down, and then you take a loop, put it around your ear, take this loop, and put it around your ear. And that way it's covering your nose, and there's a good tight seal, and covering your mouth and your chin. So you can talk, do whatever. These are pretty easy to breathe in and pretty easy to talk in. So I'm gonna take this off just like that. N95, much different. It's very thick, very coarse. You put it on, holding it in place. You take one strap, pull it over and pull it back. Take the other strap, put it on up here. You can wear it all the way down around your neck. That's how I usually wear mine. It's very tight and very form-fitting, and you also cannot breathe in this very well. So when we have to spend a lot of time with a patient, it's very unpleasant, but it is keeping us from hopefully getting coronavirus. Then we have our goggles. Put those on. We're good to go. If you're like me, you have to have reading glasses. You can put those on first, then put the goggles over them. And then our gloves, we're going to put on one glove and two gloves. And now I'm ready to go see a patient. So after I go see my patient, I'm going to come out and I'm going to take my gloves off. I'm going to hold like this, and I'm going to pull down and away from me, wadding it up in my hand, and I'm going to put it inside the glove, pull down away, and I've got them wrapped up like this. I'm going to throw them away. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take this off, holding here, falling here. I can breathe, and that's that. Isn't that fun? Never underestimate the power of the Force. 1, 2, 3. Hey there. Now we're going to wash hands. There's a right way and a wrong way to wash hands. I'm going to show you the right way. First, turn your water on. I'm going to get it pretty much warm water running. But you don't want it to be so strong that you make a big mess out of it. So we're going to adjust our water. Have my hands, I'm going to hold my hands, fingers pointed down the whole time. That way water runs off and into the sink. I'm going to soak my hands up really good. And while I'm scrubbing, now ideally I'm going to have my hands down in the sink, but for the benefit of y'all seeing what's going on, I'm going to wash like this. So I'm going to wash my palms together. I'm going to wash the backs of my hands. I'm going to scrub in between my fingers. And experts say 20 seconds washing your hands vigorously is accurate. So if you want to just think of how to count that, you can count to 20 really slowly, or you can sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday my friend, happy birthday to you, or you can sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, you know the rest. Anyway, so you wash for 20 seconds, they're nice and soapy. I'm going to hold my hand under the water. I'm going to let the water run down my hand from my wrist forward. And then I'm going to run this hand under and let the water run from my wrist forward. Getting every side wet, not touching the sink, not touching my hands either. I'm going to twinkle my fingers like this, try to shake the water off, not like that. I'm going to take a paper towel, I'm going to pat one hand, throw it away, take another one, pat this hand, take the paper towel, and I'm going to turn my water off. I'm going to throw the paper away. Clean hands, warm heart. Social distancing. What is social distancing? Well, social distancing is an act proposed by epidemiologists and infectious disease doctors to help slow the spread of coronavirus. The idea is to not congregate in large groups, to not be any closer to another person that you don't already live with than 6 feet. I'm standing approximately 6 feet from the camera right now, so you can tell that it's a pretty good distance. And the reason that is because when you sneeze and cough, the droplets go towards you, and that's the best way that we found to prevent spreading coronavirus. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially when you're young and you want to play with your friends and you want to be active, you want to do things, but we really have found this is the best way to keep from reinfecting people or from infecting people in general, and it helps slow down that spread. Slow the spread, and we can return to normal faster than we have been lately. Now, to look at me on this camera and say this is 6 feet away, what's the distance 6 feet? Well, I'm almost 6 feet tall. So the distance of me lying down on the floor and someone standing at my head and somebody standing on my, well, I'll show you. This is social distancing. This is not social distancing. This is not social distancing. Okay, gang, we're just gonna wrap things up, and I just want to tell you a couple of things, and I really want you to listen to this part because this is very, very important. Back when I was a kid, there was a TV show called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and Mr. Rogers was this very gentle, very kind, very sweet man, and he did all kind of cool things, like he went to a crayon factory and went and saw animals, and he had Land of Make-Believe. If any of y'all have ever watched Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, Daniel Striped Tiger was a character on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and he lived in the Land of Make-Believe with X the Owl and Lady Elaine and King Friday and Queen Sarah Saturday and Prince Tuesday. all those great characters. I grew up watching that every day. I loved that show. And Mr. Rogers always encouraged children to be kind and to be kind to one another. And being kind means to be nice and to treat someone like you want to be treated. So during this time of distress, just be kind, be very kind. Be kind to your parents, be kind to your friends, be kind to your neighbors. If you have an elderly neighbor that might need plants watered or food picked up or groceries picked up or just their grass cut, something like that, that you can help do, be kind and do that. And Mr. Rogers also used to talk about helpers. He always said that when you're feeling sad or feeling lonely or feeling distressed about something, look for helpers. Helpers are people that are going to make you feel better and help you get through this time. And that's with coronavirus or with anything that you may encounter in life. If you feel like you're in a bad place or sad or upset about something, find that person that you know can help you. It may be your parents, maybe your school teacher, maybe your best friend, maybe a friend's parent, maybe a coach, maybe just a neighbor. But always find that helper and let that helper help you through a bad situation. I just want to tell you, don't panic, don't be afraid, but be aware that coronavirus is present and it is a potential problem for our whole world. But we healthcare providers are doing our best to try to limit the spread and make people well who are sick. And we hope you guys are at home and following the directions to limit contact with the outside world and to call your doctor if you get sick and to wash your hands and keep everything clean and be kind. But if you do feel upset or you do feel worried about the situation, talk to your parents. Let them know how you feel and they can help you get through this. Or if you don't feel like you can talk to your parents, let Mrs. Hollaway or one of the teachers know, because they're helpers. They're very good helpers. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your school time. Have a good summer. We will get through this and we'll be better off for it. We're going to learn a lot about ourselves. And I just hope that you remain calm, remain healthy, and be kind and be a helper. Thanks for your time.
Wait, I got a mask on and I'm smiling. Makes no sense.
We're rolling.
Oh.
This is not social distancing.
Oh, wait, that's my mask.